What is Down syndrome? A video for kids. You've probably noticed this already, but there are some things that are really the same for all kids. The number one thing is that all kids like to have fun. You've probably also noticed that it's very important to have friends. No matter who you are or what you like to do, friends are important for kids and adults too. Another thing that's super important is to feel like you can be good at something. It doesn't really matter what you like. Maybe you like sports or games or art or riding horses. That part's not important. What's important is that you can feel good at what you do. Another thing that's important for everybody is being included. Inclusion means that you feel welcome to join other people, maybe in the classroom or the lunchroom or on the sports field. Inclusion means that you feel welcome to join others. You've probably also noticed that not everything is the same for all kids. Some things are different among kids. One thing that might be different is the color or the shape of your eyes. Maybe you have something that nobody else has, and that's cool. Another thing that's different among kids is your hair color or your hairstyle. Maybe you have long hair or short hair or curly whirly hair. Your hairstyle is unique to you. Another thing that's different among kids is your height. Maybe you're short or tall or in between. That's unique to you as well. Skin color is another one of those things that you might have noticed. Skin color is unique to every person. All of these things that are different among kids come down to something called genes. Oh, no, I'm not talking about that kind of genes. I'm talking about genes with a G. Genes are the building blocks that make us who we are. If you were to look at your hand with a microscope and look really closely, you would find that you're made of cells. And if you looked even closer inside those cells, you would find your chromosomes. Most people have 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs. A chromosome is like a little tiny X full of secret code that makes us us. Your chromosomes and genes decide things like your eye color, your hair color, and whether it's straight or curly, and also things like your height. Chromosomes even decide whether you think cilantro is delicious or tastes like soap. This is a video about Down syndrome, so let's talk about it. Having Down syndrome means that you have an extra chromosome on the number 21. So you have 3 copies instead of just 2. That means you have 47 chromosomes in total instead of 46. Some people with Down syndrome will have 47 chromosomes in every single one of the cells in their body. Other people with Down syndrome have 47 chromosomes in only a few of their cells. This has a really big impact on a person's body. You might know somebody with Down syndrome and you might have realized that they're extra super flexible. Being really flexible is awesome for things like doing yoga and stretching. Being super flexible is not so fun because it also makes you tired more quickly. Having Down syndrome also affects the muscles of your mouth and might make it harder for you to talk. Having Down syndrome also makes it a little bit more difficult to learn new things. People with Down syndrome might need extra practice. Down syndrome also might make it difficult for people to remember things they've learned already. There's a few things I should clear up while we're talking about Down syndrome. Down syndrome is not a disease or a sickness, and it's not contagious. You cannot catch Down syndrome from hanging out with a person who has Down syndrome. Another thing you should know is that there's no cure for Down syndrome. People with Down syndrome are born that way, and they will have it for their whole lives. The most important thing to remember about Down syndrome is that it's not bad to have Down syndrome. It's just different. What makes us the same is really way more important than the things that make us different. Having fun, having friends, feeling good, and being included are the most important things.